creating custom Pokemon for you! Welcome back, everyone, to the show where we select lucky commenters to spin a series of random wheels that give us factors for a Pokemon that we then create just for you. It's gonna be an awesome episode today, y'all. We're gonna make 3 amazing custom Pokemon as always, so I hope you enjoy, and if you end up wanting a custom Pokemon for yourself, then don't forget to leave a comment under this video because I'll be randomly selecting people from this video's comments for the next episode. Without further ado, let's get into the first Pokemon! And this one will be for Zindris. I'm glad you liked Twilakin in the last episode, but hopefully you like your own Pokemon even more. So alright Zen, let's start by getting the power level of your Pokemon, and you are going to be regular.
There's nothing wrong with that.
And now let's see how many times your Pokemon can evolve, and you are going to get 0, which actually makes you a basic Pokemon. And now let's spin this wheel to see what typing your Pokemon's going to be. Your first type is the Ghost type. That is very good. Everybody loves to see a good Ghost type, and Ghost Fire type. That is extremely cool typing. And the last step, before we see which Pokemon looks like, let's see if it has an X Factor, and you do a Mega Evolution. Your Pokemon doesn't have any normal evolutions, but it does have the coolest evolution possible, so that's amazing. You better think twice before catching this beast. Your Pokemon is Tezaguar, the Smoking Mirror Pokemon. Based off Tezcatlipoca, the ancient Aztec god of fate and sorcery that often took the form of a jaguar. This Pokemon is extremely physically powerful, however owning one comes at a great cost. As while Tezaguar is as swift as the night and attacked with bursts of blazing spectral fire that can singe even the most heat-resistant of Pokemon, it also seems to bring with it an aura of bad luck, with trainers who own Tezaguar reporting that while they do find themselves winning much more battles, they also begin to find tragedy around every corner. With it even being said that the longer you own a Tezaguar, the worse your luck will get until you simply have none left. And when exposed to Tezite, it would evolve into Mega Tezaguar, an extremely powerful form that can instantly burn away any foe. However, it should only be used as a last resort, as with this incredible increase in power also comes an instant increase in the bad luck its trainer will receive in the coming days. So if you ever find yourself desperate enough to use this form, just be ready for a great tragedy soon to come. In terms of stats, Mega Tezaguar is a very fast special attacker that has surprisingly high physical defense. And for the shiny, I made its gold armor silver and gave it these super cool purple flames. But now let's get into the second Pokemon. And this one will be for Master Ball, who says that this is the most entertaining series on YouTube. Thanks so much. And alright, Master Ball, let's start by getting the power level of your Pokemon, and you are going to be a Convergent Evolution. Cool. And it means that now we have to spin this wheel to see what generation of Pokemon will be making a Convergent for, and it's Gen 8. I feel like that's actually a really slept on generation, so I'm excited to make a Pokemon from it. And so now, of course, we'll spin this wheel that has every single Gen 8 Pokemon on it, and we got Wooloo. That's the early route normal type from Gen 8, so it is pretty basic, but hopefully we can spice it up. And now let's see what new typing we'll be giving to this Convergent Wooloo. Your first type is going to be the Dark type. That is way different from its original typing, so that's cool. And Dark Ghost type. Not only is that another Ghost type back-to-back, but a Dark Ghost type Wooloo sounds absolutely insane. And the last step, before we see which Pokemon looks like, let's see if it has an X Factor, and you do an additional form. I'm not gonna lie, this prompt is really difficult. This idea took a while to pin down, but I think I got it. The first stage of your Pokemon is Vooloo, the Pincushion Pokemon. This Pokemon is easily one of the strangest creatures in the Pokemon kingdom, as despite its rather friendly demeanor, other Pokemon seem extremely creeped out by it, often running away at the first sight of Vooloo as if they can sense an unseen danger inside of it. And at level 24, it would evolve into Duel. These Pokemon choose to live in complete isolation and will run away at full speed if any people or Pokemon get near. However, this is not due to Duel being afraid of what other Pokemon will do to it, but rather it's afraid of what it would do to other Pokemon, as Duel's body appears to be a vessel which contains a much stronger entity hidden inside, which can only be unleashed if all 4 of Double's pins are removed from its body. And this is reflected in its signature ability, Pins and Needles, which states that after Duel is hit 4 times in the same battle, it will fill with a ghostly energy energy and transform into its unleashed mode. Now revealing the terrifying monster that was trapped within, Duo will not only gain a scary appearance, but will also gain a large boost to its speed and an even larger boost to its special attack, turning this once unassuming Pokemon into a threatening sweeper. In terms of stats, Unleashed Duel has a base stat total on par with pseudo-legendaries, which is balanced by the fact that it's only a temporary form. And for the shiny, I went with these purple and red colors to make it look like a creepy clown. But now let's get into the third Pokemon. But before we get into the final Pokemon, it's time for the member modifier. This is the segment of the show where we take a fan favorite Pokemon from a previous episode in the series and give it a brand new upgrade. With Pokemon Legends ZA coming up just around the corner, I figured it was the perfect opportunity for today's episode to have my channel members vote between 3 custom Pokemon to give a brand new Mega Evolution. And the options were Destillo, the future-seeing Armadillo, Twilakin, the shadowy Desert Hunter, and Magnaplus, the volcanic platypus monster. And the winner was Twilakin, which when exposed to Twilight, that's a really cool name by the way, would evolve into Mega Twilakin. Upon Mega Evolution, Twilakin trades in its insane speed for incredible attacking power, as while its increased bulk does make it more difficult for the Pokemon to enter a sprinting stride, it's more than made up for by its newfound ability to slice and dice opponents with the hard light blades which have now emerged from its shoulders, giving it a power level so frightening it even makes legendary Pokemon shudder. Huge thank you to all my channel members, and if you want to look into becoming a member yourself to help us vote on the next member modifier, then you can look into that by hitting the join button down below. But now let's get back into the third Pokemon, and this one will be for Seth. I'm actually thinking about making more Armadisco songs available as some sort of membership reward, so let me know in the comments if that would interest y'all. I think it'd be pretty fun. But anyways, Seth, let's start by getting the power level of your Pokemon, and you are going to be regular. Interesting result. Let me consult the orb, sire. What say you, orb, sire? And now let's see how many times your Pokemon can evolve, and you are going to get 1, which makes you a classic 2-stage evolution line. And now let's see what typing your Pokemon's going to be. Your first up is going to be the normal type. That's actually nice. This episode has been a little edgy with all the dark and ghost types, so that's good. And normal psychic type. I actually like that type. And the last step before we see which Pokemon looks like, let's see if it has an X Factor, and you do, a signature new mechanic. The X Factors this episode have been absolutely crazy. This Pokemon comes and goes. This Pokemon comes and goes. The first stage of your Pokemon is Carmold, the Karma Chameleon Pokemon. Just like the chameleon for which this Pokemon is based, Carmold is known for its ability to adapt to its environment. However, Carmold doesn't do this by changing its colors to blend in, but instead blends in by adjusting its mood and demeanor to match its trainer. And this can be a very good or very bad thing, as Carmold's owned by friendly and cordial trainers will become just as swell to be around. However, Carmold's owned by more unkind and hostile trainers will be just as unpleasant to be around. And this becomes even more apparent when at level 20, it evolves into Carmelon. A Pokemon that's ability to match its trainer's energy is now so prevalent it's become part of a new mechanic, where based on Carmelon's in-game friendship stat, it will not only have a different appearance, but it also has a signature move which will change effects based on how high or low its friendship is. As if Carmelon's friendship is in the medium range, its signature move will be Tongue Lash, a physically attacking normal type move that deals 85 damage and will allow Carmelon to recover 50% of the damage dealt, making it a slightly better version of Giga Drain. And if Carmelon's happiness is in the higher range, its signature move will be Tongue Flash, a normal type status move that will recover the target's HP by 60%, making it a slightly better heal pulse. But if Carmelon's friendship is in the lower range, its signature move will be Tongue Slash, a 140 damage normal type move that has 33% recoil damage, making it a slightly better version of Double X, giving us a versatile fighter in both mood and moveset. In terms of stats, Carmelon is meant to be a gimmicky Pokemon with a lot of versatility, so its stats are pretty well-rounded, but nothing is too good. And for the shiny, I went with this hot pink color. And if you liked today's episode, make sure to check out all the other episodes of the Custom Pokemon series, which can be found in this playlist. I'm gonna get right back to making some awesome custom Pokemon for you, so I'll see you in the next episode, but until then, peace.